I'm Tara Chain, ACT Minister for Multicultural Affairs. You're listening to Radio Manpasand, Tadka Lagake.
दिल ना उम्मीद तो नहीं, नाकाम ही तो है, लंबी है गम की शाम, मगर शाम ही तो है। ये सफर बहुत है कठिन, मगर न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर। ये सफर बहुत है कठिन, मगर न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर। न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर। सितम की रात है ढलने को, है अंधेरा हम कभी ढलने को। ये सितम की रात है ढलने को, है अंधेरा हम कभी ढलने को। जरा देर इसमें लगे जरा देर इसमें लगे अगर, न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर। ये सफर बहुत है कठिन, मगर न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर। तू यकीन कर, न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर। ये सफर बहुत है कठिन, मगर न उदास हो मेरे हम सफर।
ये गीत था फिल्म 1942 अ लव स्टोरी। दिले ना उम्मीद तो नहीं, नाकामी तो है, लंबी है गम की शाम मगर शाम ही तो है। और ये गीत का संगीत दिया था R.D. बर्मन और गाया था शिवाजी चट्टोपाध्याय ने। तो आपने इसमें देखा काफ़ी बंगाली रंग था इसमें। संगीत जो दिया वो बर्मन दा ने दिया और गाया शिवाजी चट्टोपाध्याय ने। तो बंगाली म्यूज़िक का एक अपना ही अलग स्थान है। बंगाल ने न केवल म्यूज़िक, लिटरेचर, हर क्षेत्र में बंगाल हमेशा आगे रहा है, बंगाली संस्कृति आगे रही है। आज हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हम आज बातचीत करने वाले हैं एक ऐसे विशेष मेहमान के साथ जो बांग्लादेश से हैं, और मैं बात कर रहा हूँ श्री कमरुल खान साहब की, जो कि न केवल बांग्लादेश से हैं, वरन बांग्लादेश की जो लिबरेशन वॉर हुई थी, स्वतंत्रता की लड़ाई हुई थी, मुक्ति वाहिनी, आपको याद होगा, जो हम लोग 50 साल पहले, अब 50 साल देखते देखते हो गए हैं, और इन 50 साल पहले एक वो नया देश बना था, और उस नया देश को बनाने में बहुत मुश्किलें आई थी। उसमें काफ़ी लोगों ने अपने सेक्रीफाइसेस, बलिदान दिए थे, और कमरुल साहब उनमें से एक थे जिन्होंने अपनी उस फ्रीडम फाइट में भाग लिया, और हमारा सौभाग्य है कि वो आज हमारे साथ यहाँ पर हैं। कमरुल साहब ढाका यूनिवर्सिटी से मास्टर ऑफ जर्नलिज्म कर चुके हैं, और वहाँ पर रेडियो जर्नलिज्म में भी शामिल थे। अब यहाँ पर ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हैं। आज उनसे बातचीत करेंगे उनके जीवन के बारे में, उनकी लाइफ के बारे में, और साथ ही साथ बातचीत करेंगे बांग्लादेश के इतिहास में। कमरुल साहब, वेलकम टू द प्रोग्राम।
Thank you very much. It is nice meeting you, to be here. शुक्रिया, शुभ सकाल। आपको शुक्रिया जाना रहे हम from Bangladesh community in Canberra, and from the 170 million Bangladeshi, and particularly liberation fighter of Bangladesh. We are obliged and we are really grateful to the India, and thank you for inviting me here.
Kamrul Sahab, first of all, I would like to say Eid Mubarak. Aapne must have celebrated Eid a couple of days back, and today also you have got some Eid festivities going on. You still found time for us in that busy time, and especially in this cold morning. Thank you very much. Let's start with your early life, Kamrul Sahab. You were part of a large family. You had 13 siblings back in Bangladesh. How was your early childhood in that large family? Must have been very busy and noisy.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. Yeah, I couldn't even think of it.
Yeah.
That how my parents managed 13 members of the family. We are not the member of the family only, because my father has 4 brothers and 4 sisters. So it's quite a big family. So my uncles also lives with us. So
Yeah.
I could not understand how my father managed such a big family, and without any issue, without any problem.
Yeah.
All are established, all are educated, and have a very good position, important position. And I born there, and I was number 4 in serial, and I think I have done my part.
Yeah.
And my father, my parents given me what they need to do,
Yes.
need to give me, and I'm very happy. I'm very proud that they have given me a life.
Yeah. So you studied in Bangladesh, of course, in the University of Dhaka.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 1973, I did masters.
Masters in journalism.
Yes, yes.
And 1973.
3 years
After the independence.
after the independence. Yes.
So how was the life before independence when it was called East Pakistan?
Yeah, actually, I born in East Pakistan.
Yeah.
And I born in Chittagong, but I grew up in Dhaka. When I was 10 days old, I came to Dhaka, and our life began there.
Right.
Actually, my parents were there before, and from the boyhood, I was involved with the Scout Club, and I was involved with Mukul Fauj. You might heard about it. And I grew up with the community work, because my father was very patriot. He played a role against British Raj.
Yeah.
He was in Calcutta,
Right.
and he was holding a very important position in civil supply. So, and he has faced the famine in India, West Bengal, where thousands and hundreds of people died. So we had a sort of patriotic background. So my parents
Right,
learned
from the very
there.
beginning, yeah.
So from the beginning, I was in the social work,
Yeah.
doing Cubs, Kalaghor, Kochikacha, and all this,
Yeah.
That we grow, and my patriotism started from there, working with the community.
Yeah, yeah.
And my parents always encouraged us to do that. encouraged us, he never discouraged us. He encouraged us, and he used to waist flag. This is even Pakistan time. We waist the flag and sing a song, national anthem together.
Yes. Yeah.
And that gives us a lot of love and affection for the people,
Yeah.
which is still continuing.
So yeah,
at the
that
moment.
was part of your inheritance.
Inheritance, yes, exactly.
Patriotism.
Thank you, yes.
Now, this was a very bizarre situation when Pakistan was created. We had this West Pakistan and then East Pakistan, and these two parts of the country were separated by thousands of miles.
Exactly.
The only common thing was probably religion, but as far as the culture was concerned, they were totally different. And there was a fair bit of
It's
exploitation. So how was that?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. That provoked the new question and new thinking.
Yes.
I can share those things. This is my feelings. I think you will agree with me. The viewers also possibly.
Yeah.
That the Pakistan or Pakistan was not a natural country. It is a part of conspiracy that Pakistan created. Because the British. There was a big movement against the British. Whole India community, the Bengali, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all fought together against British rule.
Yeah.
You might know the history.
Yes, yeah.
It's a very tragic history and very brave history that Indian had. We fought, but British is very intelligent, very what should I say? Chotur. In English,
Yeah.
I forget the cunning. So they divided us,
Yeah.
They start make us fighting each other, Hindu, Muslim, Christian. Then they had a ground to
Yeah.
divide our country.
That's right.
And
yeah.
then we divided, It was not, this was not the primary task. Our task was to free India. And all we lived together in Muslim, Hindu, Christian, black, white, whatever, we lived together.
Yes.
Either from Sindh, either from Peshawar, Islamabad, Delhi, Assam. We want to live together. That was the purpose of the movement. We should get rid of the colonialism, and we should get rid of the exploitation. That is what the dream. But British still they're playing the same game. Other country as well, divide and rule. That's
Indeed.
why I still feel proud of saying that I'm Indian.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, India includes Bangladesh, Pakistan. All we are included.
Yeah.
India is not only India, Hindustan. India is a vast area.
Yes, yeah.
And it is one of the powerful and very historic country of the world,
Yeah, yeah.
which carries the history of the world, which has a long history of culture, literature, and movement, struggle. That's we live in Canada. I always respond, I'm Indian.
Ji.
Some people doesn't like it, but I'm Indian.
So how did this liberation movement start?
What do you mean celebration?
Liberation.
Liberation
Bangladesh.
movement. Liberation
Yes.
movement start. That's very. I can tell you. We have been exploited after 47.
Yeah.
That was the purpose. That the Muslim will rule them and they will exploit. That was not actual freedom. So the British give it to the rich people of Pakistan the power. So they did their job. So they start exploitation, disparity in every sphere, economy, religion, everywhere there is a disparity, job, whatever. So the struggle comes from there. We started realizing this. People started realizing we have to fight. The first attack was in 1952 in language movement.
Yes.
They want to. Though Bengali was the majority language of Bangladesh, of Pakistan, but they wanted to introduce Urdu. And they said Urdu shall be the national language of Pakistan.
Yes.
We rejected straight away. And then there was a big rally and a procession, and a few people had been killed in 1952. From there we started language movement, which is now International Language Day. So that we started, Then slowly there was economic exploitation. All the money has been spent from Pakistan, not for development of Pakistan, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, but not for Bangladesh. We have been totally deprived. So then movement started slowly, 52, 50, 62, 68, 58. They always put the martial law to rule the country. Several times, you know very well, the martial law has been imposed, not in India, but in Bangladesh, we have to face the martial law. Lot of arrest, lot of killing. But finally, we stand up.
Yes.
We built up a 69 movement. I was a part of the movement. I was in the forefront. And after that, 69 movement. And then after that, we had election. That was a big movement to have a election right for everyone, voting right for everyone, man, women. And that has been established through struggle, through blood. Then finally, we had election 1970. And in that election, the overwhelming majority was Awami League, Bengali people.
Awami League.
The majority were Bengali.
Led by Mujibur Rahman.
Yeah, leaded by Bangabandhu, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And that was overwhelming support for the Pakistani people, Bangladeshi people. But even then, when they lost the election, they didn't call the parliament.
Yes, yeah.
They didn't call the parliament. We said, all right, let's sit in the parliament. But did not call parliament. So they're taking time and they start conspiracy to do something wrong. And all of a sudden, they call, but they cancel the parliament. You know? And then the parliament session has not been. And then, when the power is not handed over to the elected people, not only Bangladeshi, the elected people of that country, Pakistan, then they started bombing us. The day was 25th of March.
Yes.
They started they start killing people. It is happened, but particularly in my area where I live, I was living in the border of the police headquarters in Bangladesh. They attacked two places. One is Rajarbagh police headquarters where I live, and another was in the Dhaka University where the students are there, you know, the heroic student movement. So they choose two places to attack. At the midnight, at 12 o'clock, they attack. In the dark night, they came with a tank. Even in my street, in front of my street, they came with the tanks.
Yes, yeah.
So, and it was with the curfew, and they start bulleting, and whole night was terrible. I was at home. I just came out from the procession, and when it happened, then we had to hide under the bed and all this, and the bullet are coming. And the next day, the police people are taking shelter. After fighting, they come and taking shelter of all the border area. Since we are in the border, we had a 2-storied house, and the few police, like 30-40 people, they came to our house. Every house they have a shelter. They come with the guns, and then in the morning, early morning, they left. And with all the guns they left, most of the guns were left to our places. And then we wake up, and I went, personally, I can tell my story. I went to the police line the next door and have a look what happened. And I saw the dead body lying on the street of the police line and the quarters of the residential quarter. And then I picked some rifles with my friends. Some of them has already died. I picked up pistol and put it in the bedding, the bedding where my father used to travel many places in the city. I packed in the bedding another sack bag and take it to next neighborhood and put it there, hide there, and take it to the village finally. And we started a training camp in the local area. We thought that we can fight it out, but they have all modern arms.
Yeah, that's
tanks.
Right.
We cannot face it.
Can I come back to that experience? As you said, that it started with the language movement, the language was basically they wanted to basically eliminate Bengali language. And even after being winning the democratic election, they were not ready to give the power to Bengali people. I'll start with we'll just have a break with this Bhupen Hazarika's song, which is a Bengali song, and your favorite song also, and then we'll come back and discuss further what happened after that.
Thank you.
भूपेन हजारिका का गीत मैं आपको सुना रहा हूँ, ओ गंगा। ये बंगाली में गीत है और आशा है कि आपको पसंद आएगा।
বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? বিস্তীর্ণ দুপারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? নৈতিকতার স্খলন দেখেও মানবতার পতন দেখেও নির্লজ্জ অলস ভাবে বইছো কেন? বিস্তীর্ণ পারের অসংখ্য মানুষের হাহাকার শুনেও নিঃশব্দে নীরবে ও গঙ্গা তুমি ও গঙ্গা বইছো কেন? জ্ঞানবিহীন নিরক্ষরের খাদ্যবিহীন নাগরিকের নেতৃবিহীনতায় মৌন কেন? সহস্র বরষার উন্মাদনার মন্ত্র দিয়ে লক্ষ জনের সবল সংগ্রামী আর অগ্রগামী করে তোলো না কেন? ব্যক্তি যদি ব্যক্তি কেন্দ্রিক, সমষ্টি যদি ব্যক্তিত্ব রহিত, তবে শিথিল সমাজকে ভাঙো না কেন? সহস্র বরষার উন্মাদনার মন্ত্র দিয়ে লক্ষ জনের সবল সংগ্রামী আর অগ্রগামী করে তোলো না কেন? স্রোতস্বিনী কেন নাহিব তুমি নিশ্চয় জাহ্নবী নও, তাহলে প্রেরণা দাও না কেন? উন্মত্ত ধারার কুরুক্ষেত্রের সরসজ্জাকে
ये खूबसूरत गीत भूपेन हजारिका की आवाज में बंगाली गीत था। और कमरुल साहब,
Yes,
can
it's
you give us a
inspiring.
bit of a translation? गंगा तुम बहती क्यों हो?
Yeah. Can you say 2 lines, please? You can sing. One line, 3 lines. Okay, 2 lines, 3 lines. All right?
गंगा तुम बहती क्यों हो? I think don't remember. आप बताइए ना the
I
English
can't
translation.
speak in Hindi. I mean,
No,
Hindi.
English translation.
But that's why Ganga is flowing.
Yeah.
Why you are silent? Something like that. No?
Yeah.
I can't translate in the full,
No.
but I will do it. I will do it. It is a very popular song all over the world.
Ji.
Even it was sang in English.
Uh-huh.
I will find out.
Yes,
This
that
song was sang in English.
English and Hindi also.
Hindi also, and
Yeah.
very popular. And it inspired us. I talked to one of the relation Bhupen Hajarika in Assam few days before actually.
Yeah.
And I will try to bring, if possible, that gentleman to the media.
Yeah.
But it was a very. These are a few things. There's a lot of songs in India during the Liberation War.
That
inspired the freedom fighter.
Yes, yeah. So, आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो मनपसंद FM 91.1 पर। हम बातचीत कर रहे हैं कमरुल खान साहब से उनके बांग्लादेश के अनुभवों के बारे में। और साथ ही साथ मैं ये भी याद दिलाना चाहूँगा कि आज के कार्यक्रम में आपको एक डबल पास आप जीत सकते हैं। एक इंग्लिश फिल्म दिखाई जा रही है फाइंडिंग यू होयर्स बेलकॉनन में। अगर आप हमें टेक्स्ट भेजें 0414527962 पर 0414527962 पर और आप जीत सकते हैं एक ये डबल पास फाइंडिंग यू फिल्म जो खूबसूरत फिल्म दिखाई जा रही है होयर्स बेलकॉनन में। So Kamrul Sahab, you were saying that when that elections were basically West Pakistan did not accept the election results and they sent the army and started killing people, atrocities. You said,
we haven't opened the fire. They have opened the fire first.
Yes, yeah.
Then we had to raise the arms.
Yeah. So how was that organized? You know, the
that is also very interesting story.
Movement, that liberation
because
movement.
I participate. I didn't. I'm not telling you reading books. I'm not telling you the reading books. It happened.
Personal experience.
Personal experience. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
So that I told you that I took the arms to the village Trimohoni.
Yes.
And we started local training.
Yeah.
And training, but it was not enough. They even come to the local remote areas, army.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have any place to train ourselves, you know.
Yes.
So in that situation, we had to move forward. We have to look for the rear.
Yeah.
And we found the rear, safe rear is India.
Yeah.
We went to India. From our part, we went to Agartala.
So you
crossing the border, Agartala, crossing the border. I went twice.
Yeah.
When I in the beginning I go, that time the training was not organized in the India.
Yeah.
It was in the beginning because that time the negotiation going with Russia and all this to get arms and all this, you know, training facilities. So I had to return back. To Bangladesh to take more younger generation to the war. I came back.
How old were you at
that time? 22, possibly 22.
22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah. So I had to come back. Maybe little less. Anyway, I came back and then it's very, you know, I have never been to India. I do not know the roads. I go by walking.
You never handled weapons before that. Is that right?
I had a training. I had a training in the university in the beginning. So to prepare when they refused to seat the parliament, then we decided we start training. We showed up that we will not silent. If you do not hold the assembly, we'll come up. So we give the message by training in the open air in the stadium, Dhaka University Stadium. I have all the pictures, and we started that. But the live gun I have tried only once in the training. We have few people, specialized people who have trained, but I have run the gun because I used to go with my father for hunting. You know, hunting, bird hunting and all this. So I have banduk, banduk.
Yes,
that I and also air gun.
Yeah.
My uncle, he was army general. He gave me a air gun. So I used to the guns, different type of guns, but not fight. I never fight with any people with the guns. So, but the real fight I started when I was the second time I went there. Just next day, I started my training.
Yes, yeah. And you were being trained by
Indian Army. Indian Army. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes, I was taken by a big cargo plane. Cargo plane. We don't have any seat. We have to sit on the floor.
Yep,
and the bells were there, of course.
Yeah.
So we traveled by, and we went to the Assam. It called Tejpur. Tejpur, some air base. We went there. And day 2 we start training.
Right, yeah.
It was a special training. We had a 2 training, 2 weeks, 1 month training. The first one I did very well. So they pick up few from us, and we have a special training in the border of China. We had to flew there, and there we have a training. We had a guerrilla warfare.
Yes.
We are prepared for the guerrilla because we are ready that we might have to go for longer movement. If it's quicker, it's fine, but depends on the whole international community, how they are supporting us. If they support us, we'll be quicker. If they don't support us, in every sense, then we'll have to slow down. So that's why we had been trained for guerrilla warfare. That we had done, and the Indian Army, I remember all those names. They trained us. There was a political commissioner. They trained us political history, how we have started anti-British rule, anti-British struggle. All this history was there. Not only army training, or not in arms. We had been also trained with the politics.
Yes, yeah.
Very interesting. Instantly, he's a Bengali guy. He's an army general. Became an army general, but he trained us in with the political and also arm training. All the young guys, they are so well. We are not very hard worker because I'm from the middle class family, higher middle class family, and my father was a bureaucrat. He was the head of the department, Ministry of Food, and he was also awarded by Pakistan. So so I don't have any other than scouting
physical
thing. Other than scouting, I don't have any physical thing to do at home, something like that.
Yes.
But the cooperation of the Indian soldiers, Indian officers, make us total dedicated to get training. We did very well. It can unbelievable.
Yes.
We have to wake up at 5:30. We have to make a queue in front of the toilets because the place was not, was built, and we had to sleep in the macha. Macha, the made. It was man-made bamboo beds.
Bamboo beds, yeah,
not beds. Normal beds. So that we do, and we did well. We eat well. The government, eat well, not palau karma. It is just simple food, but with all. We are feeded, and we all digested because we work hard. Every food has been digested, but special thing I can remember, only thing, morning tea, full cup of morning tea, Assami tea. They provide us tea in the morning, and then we start drilling and training. So these are all memories.
So you, after being trained, you went back to Bangladesh to fight Pakistani army.
Yes.
And yes, you have been trained, but you're not a professional soldier while you are fighting against a professional army.
Of course.
How was that?
No, because we, though we are guerrilla fighter, but we had been trained for everything.
Yes.
303 rifle, mortar, air gun, Sten gun, mortar, Sten gun, and also pistol.
Yes.
And also grenade.
Yes.
These are all we had to do.
Right,
we have done in two places, one in China border and one in Tezpur in Assam. So we are fully trained, but we are guerrilla fighter. Hit and run, that's the policy of the guerrilla fighter.
Yes, yes.
And we have
engaged in the long war, just attack.
Yeah, we have two tactics. One in the front. Another was the tactical guerrilla fighter, because we have places to hide inside the city or in many places, and there is other was fighting with the conventional, like a conventional army. And in the end of the day, Indian soldier also join us, or we join Indian soldier to fight the Pakistani soldiers.
Your brothers also joined.
Yeah, I have two brothers. My elder brother.
Yes.
He was the commander.
Yeah.
He was the most popular commander. He was trained in the second batch. I was in the first batch. My commander was different. Salim, who was Mujahid Salim Osman Ghani, they were my leader. But second batch, my elder brother was a leader, Manjurul Hasan Khan, and he was a very talented fighter, and he is very honored by the Indian officers because he has such a dedication, and he is so popular army commander, the guerrilla commander during the war time. Right. So and my younger brother is very, very young.
Yeah.
Possibly he was a school student. Possibly I can't know. Yeah, school student. He went to and he fought. He fought the battle.
Yes, yes.
He was in the fourth batch.
Three brothers of
Yes.
Jagar fight, and that there must be heaps of other people who joined
Yeah, of course.
Mufti Bahani. I just want to go back. This fight, or not only fight, you needed that inner this thing, and one of the poems around that time was Bidrohi, Qazi Nazrul Islam, who can be called a national poet. That poem is really fiery poem, just inspires you. Could you recite a few lines of that?
Okay, I will have to find out. I'm not prepared, but I will. Okay, that's all right.
Play this Hindi version.
Just a second. I will go for it. Okay, just give me a second. I will do it soon. Okay, just it's a very popular song. 2 weeks before I recited this poem within the Australian community.
Yeah.
Only Bengali. Of course, I translated to my to English to them, but I had and they like it.
Yeah,
they like it very much. I will write. It is quite a big poem.
A few lines.
Okay. বলো বীর বলো উন্নত মম শির শির নিহারি আমারই নত শির ওই শিখর হিমাদ্রির বলো বীর বলো মহাবিশ্বের মহাকাশ ফারি চন্দ্র সূর্য গ্রহ তারা ছাড়ি ভুলোক দুলোকে গোলোকে ভেদিয়া খোদার আসন আরশ ছেদিয়া উঠি আছে চির বিস্ময় আমি বিশ্ববিধাত্রী মম ললাটে রুদ্র ভগবান জলে রাজটিকা সরি জাস্ট সেকেন্ড ওকে রাজটিকা দীপ্ত জয় শ্রীর বলবীর আমি চির উন্নত মম শির আই গো টু দ্য লাস্ট লাইন
জি
আমি চির দুর্দম চির দুরন্ত দুর্মদ আমি দুর্দম মম প্রাণের পেহালায় হৃদয় হায় হৃদম ভরপুর মদ আমি হোমশিখা আমি অগ্নি আমি সাগ্নিক যমদাগ্নি আমি যজ্ঞ আমি পুরোহিত আমি অগ্নি বলবীর বড় চির উন্নত মম শির বলবীর কাজী নজরুল ইসলাম
This is quite inspiring, full of जोश और उत्साह उमंग. आइए इसका हिंदी वर्जन सुनते हैं.
বলবীর বল উন্নত মম শির শির নেহারি আমারি নত শির ওই শিখর হিমাদ্রি বলবীর বল মহাবিশ্বের মহাকাশ ফাড়ি চন্দ্র সূর্য গ্রহ তারা ছাড়ি ভুলোক দুলোক গোলোক ভেদিয়া খোদার আসন আরশ ছেদিয়া উঠিয়াছে চির বিস্ময় আমি বিশ্ববিধাত্রী মমলালাটে রুদ্র ভগবান চলে রাজ টিকা. बोलो वीर बोलो चिर उन्नत मेरा शीश मेरा मस्तक निहार झुका पड़ा है हिमाद्रि शिखर बोलो वीर बोलो महाविश्व महाकाश चीर सूर्य चंद्र से आगे धरती पाताल स्वर्ग भेद ईश्वर का सिंहासन छेद उठा हूं मैं धरती का एकमात्र शाश्वत विस्मय देखो मेरे नेत्रों में दीप्त रुद्र जय का दिव्य तिलक ललाट पर चिर स्थिर बोलो वीर बोलो चिर उन्नत मेरा शीश मैं दायित्वहीन क्रूर निशंस महाप्रलय का नटराज मैं चक्रवात विध्वंस मैं महाभय मैं पृथ्वी का अभिताप मैं निर्दयी सब कुछ तोड़ फोड़ मैं नहीं करता विलाप मैं अनियम उच्छृंखल कुचल चलूं मैं नियम कानून श्रृंखल नहीं मानता कोई प्रभुता मैं अंधड़ मैं बारूदी विस्फोट शीश बनकर उठा मैं धुरजटी शिव काल वैशाखी का परम अंधड़ विद्रोही मैं विश्वविधात्री का विद्रोही पुत्र नंग धड़ंग लंभड़ बोलो वीर बोलो चिर उन्नत मेरा शीश.
ये था प्रसिद्ध कविता विद्रोही जो काजी नजरुल इस्लाम की, और कमरुल साहब ने बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से उसको रिसाइट किया, बहुत ही जोश के साथ. कमरुल साहब, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर दैट.
I really thank you very much because you are an excellent producer.
Yeah.
You know what to put.
No.
I really appreciate from core of my heart that you have placed all the poems, and even Bhupe Rajadika, you picked up those things. It is really appreciable.
No,
I just want to say one word, only few words about the poem. This was written in 1922 in one night. In one night he wrote this poem. You know that he was a soldier and also poet. One time 1922. And when 1970 knew the Russian Revolution, and the Russian Revolution shook the whole world. And after that, every country start getting out of the colony. So the revolution struggle started even in India. So that time, Nazrul wrote this. So this sort of poem inspired the freedom fighter of India. Either Bengali or Hindi or Christian, Muslim, they all inspired by this song. So this is really very good song and good poem that people should know. The spirit
of that.
I'm totally with the spirit. Totally. Till my death.
That's right. That point.
I might not fight with the guns, but I will fight in a different way to emancipate the people's right, human rights all over the world, and to bring the peace in the world.
Right.
That spirit will work with me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thanks, Kamrul Saab. Now, going back to your experience as a freedom fighter, so that went on. I think it started in about a year or so. This whole liberation war.
9 months.
9 months, and then Indian Army joined.
Jointly, they have moved to India, Bangladesh.
Yeah,
they had to, because there are a few reasons. Because the opposition are trying to plan with America. They want to attack.
Yes,
with 7 fleet. They have a lot of plans. So, in that case, India has to decide and Bangladesh has to decide that we cannot wait, because otherwise then things will be very complicated. They take a lot of move, the United Nations, to stop our movement, stop in the name of ceasefire. But so in that case, they are, and also there's a few million people in Indian soil. It's a small country. They provided us food, shelter, training, what not. The current generation will not understand what you have given to us. It is me. I can understand. Because we are running for life.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
with that shelter, the real give us a big relief.
I know. I think I was young at that time, but I still remember that 10 million refugees came from Bangladesh, and India gave them shelter as best as they could. I mean, we see here refugees, when we have a few hundred refugees, we start screaming. And there the 10 million people were being sheltered in India. And 30 million people were displaced. And not only that, you just went through the atrocities which was committed there. You said that the revolution started in Dhaka University. They killed students, professors, and rape and whatever the extreme atrocities were committed, and India could not watch it silently. And Mrs. Indira Gandhi, basically, not only in India.
They had to involve, because they do not send the soldier early days. We had to ask. We requested them, and they understand very well that we need a support. I do not know India. I do not know how to go India. I don't have a passport. I just get in there, and they have given me shelter. I was in Agartala in a craft center and food. They were unfaded, honestly speaking. I salute the Indian people. Indira Gandhi, I salute these people.
No, I know you are becoming emotional.
So support.
That's right.
Not only me,
Yeah.
the common people.
That's right. Yeah.
Common people, poor
Yeah.
people, older people.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
given them a shelter, help.
Yes. Yeah.
Now people will not understand. Few people,
Yeah, I
even
think-
those who believe in Pakistani ideas, they do not even understand what sort of struggle we had during that time.
Yeah.
We had all sort of support system from that government.
That's right.
We
yeah.
we cannot forget it.
Yeah.
I really salute the Indira Gandhi, the then government and the other political party, left-oriented political party, who supported. And the people of India, they have given us support.
Yes. Yeah.
And until unless they give us support, we cannot even survive.
That's right. Not only, I think India, I think Australia also was first to recognize Bangladesh as a country. And and I think the famous concert which happened in New York by George Harrison.
Yes.
And it was
Ravi Shankar.
It was it began with Ravi Shankar who started that, and then Beatles came, and then that concert basically. All celebrities were there, Bob Dylan and everyone, and it just raised an awareness. No one knew the plight Bangladesh was going through at that time, except for India, perhaps. And that George Harrison, that concert has been a historic concert. Let's hear about that also. That concert, what happened in that concert.
With all of the enormous problems in the world, how did you happen to choose this one to do something about?
Because I was asked by a friend if I'd help, that's all. I'd just like to say before we start off with the concert, to thank you all for coming here.
War was going on between Pakistan and Eastern Pakistan. It was then known. That's where I belong to. And George immediately felt that he would help.
It was a question of phoning really just the friends that I knew and see who was available to turn up. I spent 1 month just telephoning people.
And it happened so quickly. Within few weeks, he fixed medicine in Square Garden.
The beauty of the event came across. And the audience was so great because they knew at that time they were witnessing, wow, look at these people together.
Old friend of mine, Billy Preston.
Even people overseas, Europe.
Yeah, it was an historic event. Yep, yeah.
Yeah, and they remember, I have seen when we talk about liberation war in Australia, when I had been to America in White House, I was talked to a lot of people there. When I mentioned about Bangladesh, they said, yes, I was in the concert. I was in the concert. Even Australian, lot of artists. I have every Friday and Wednesday I have a musical program. I go there where I play Mandira and other thing there and with them, and they talk about, when I talk about Bangladesh, talk about Ravi Shankar and this George Harrison.
Yeah, that concert basically brought that awareness around the world that here is something going on in Bangladesh, and we need, what the world has to do something about that. Anyway, after that, the freedom fight, Indian army finally had to intervene, and then Pakistani army surrendered. That was the second largest surrender in the history of the world after the World War or something. How did you go back to your normal life, and how did yeah?
That's a big question, actually. Normally, after the war, there is always some problem.
Yeah.
Looting and all this happen.
Yes, yeah.
But in our case, there are some happen. But what we did, we belong to the students' union, chapter union, and we are leading in the Daksu.
Yeah.
Daksu means is the central body of the Dhaka University, which is the core of the student leadership in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So we took the initiative to take our young generation to the village and in the factories, in the land, to grow more food,
Right. Okay.
to build the industries,
Yeah.
do some voluntary work,
Yeah.
voluntary labor to build the country. We started.
Yeah.
And it was a really good initiative. We did some well. But, the conspirator, pro-Pakistan element still there. They start conspiring.
Yes, yeah.
Conspirating against Bangladesh so they can damage our progress. And they have done a lot of damage.
Yes.
They burned the industry. They burned a lot of places, even in the paddy house. So this started the conspiracy. So we have to fight all this. But finally, the conspiracy happened within Awami League.
Awami League, yeah.
And he is one of the closest friend, Khandakar Mustaq. He was a right wing of Awami League. Like you have a Congress right wing who formed the other party, BJP and all this right wing. Now we have in Bangladesh, there is the right wing of Awami League, which is led by Khandakar Mustaq Ahmed.
Right.
He conspired and killed Mujib.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In 1975, in 15th of August. That is a big turning. Big turning. So they ruled the country, they killed people, and I was arrested after the killing.
You were
I was
also
arrested. I was in central jail.
Right.
And I was in the jail where Tajuddin, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh that time, was killed. I was there, that cell.
Right, okay, yeah.
I was in that cell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyway, after the killing of Mujib. So that was a big turning point we have been suffered after 75. But fortunately, we came up.
Yes, yeah.
Came out. People started realizing that they are the conspirator. They are nothing. The agents, tools of America, tools of the Jamaati, fanatic Muslim. They want to create another Pakistan. That is their aim. So they are hiding and they are conspirating. Bangabandhu and his party doesn't understand.
Yeah. Now you have fought for the freedom of Bangladesh. You made sacrifices, you and your family. Now do you think, when you look back, was it worthwhile?
Of course.
Yes.
If it is not worthwhile, Bangladesh is a world most dynamic economy.
Yes, yeah.
Though there is few mistakes the government is doing, but even though, I can tell you with confidence, the Bangladesh is one of the most dynamic economy in the world.
Yes.
It has been even appreciated by Pakistan, our enemy. Pakistan has also appreciated the Imran Khan.
Yeah.
He appreciated that. They said we will follow the path of Bangladesh.
Right, yeah.
It is official statement of Imran Khan. And India always says, I don't want to compare with India, but Bangladesh is going more faster than India.
Right, yeah.
Economy is very strong.
Yes, yeah.
If there is no corruption, we will be like heaven.
Yes, yeah.
Still there is a corruption.
Yeah.
But we are doing well in the economic area. We're doing area and it is going to survive.
Yep. Coming back to your life now, you have moved to Australia. When did you move to Australia, and what were the reasons?
Actually, I came to India, Australia before. I came here in 1988 to attend a conference, journalist conference, public relations congress. And my wife was here in 1980 for 4 months. He was studied in a special in NU.
Yes.
So we had been coming and going, but we never thought of settling overseas.
Right, okay.
But my wife was studying in the University America in 1985.
Yes.
She did her master's at the Harvard University, Krista Concern, and also studied in the Harvard University too. But due to my affiliation with youth organization, I had to come back.
Yeah, okay.
I could not stay there, so I was homesick and come back. So I did not give opportunity to do her PhD. So in 1994, we had a I thought about it. I feel always sorry about that. I did not give opportunity to finish our PhD in America.
Yes.
So that time, 94, early 94, we had incident at our home. There's a big stealing, robbery in my house.
All right. Okay.
They took my wife's all ornaments and money.
Where was it?
In my house in Bangladesh.
Oh, in Bangladesh.
So that made us frustrated. You know. Then my wife agreed. I told my ambassador of Australia, they offered me, Kamrul, you can go to Australia. You just apply, you will get it sure. But I said to my wife said, I'm not going. I'm going to any country, not in Australia. Because he had a bad experience, because it's very lonely. 1980, he was in the NU.
Yeah.
So, but finally that provoked us to be here.
All right.
And
okay.
finally we wanted to go back.
Yes.
We took a leave and we went back. But Australia is such a beautiful country.
Yes,
We became a friend. Everybody became a friend. And my children wanted to stay here.
Yeah.
My children are doing very good.
All right.
My son holding a very important position in Australia with the federal government.
Yeah.
And my son was in the government servant, but he moved to America. But that provoked us to here. And now it doesn't look like I'm in a foreign country. It is my country.
That's right. Yeah.
And it is a multicultural country.
Yeah.
And they have given us opportunity for any religion, performing my religion, to keep myself honest and speak out anything about liberation war, whatever, anything. They haven't put any burden still. I have taken part of lot of demonstration, but I was never been taken to the jail.
Yeah.
Or beaten. Yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know what will happen. But it is true that I have a full democracy to work for the humanity, not for Bangladeshi people, for the whole world.
Yes. Yeah. What are your retirement hobbies and?
I work in the Australian Defence, and I came out by myself because of the war.
Yeah.
I didn't like the war between the Iraq war, so I came out, and then I took another job, local government. It's in the health sector. I do take a job, and after that I just retired. And then I am doing from the beginning I was working for the environment. I focus on the environment instead of politics. Though environment is a political issue, but I took that and I started environment movement here. I'm the convener of the Bangladesh Environment Network till more than 25 years. And working here, I was the convener, and I'm also involved with a lot of climate action group in Australia, like Zero Emission Climate Action Australia, and also to stop extinction. There's a movement of
that's right,
stop extinction. I'm the part of it. I'm one of the executive, and I take an active part. And also political struggle for democracy and all this. I was also a president of the community, Bangladesh community in Brisbane, and also in Canberra. I'm also founding secretary of the senior club in Canberra. And I'm still active with them. I'm not in a position, but I took a lot of active part. More than I was a general secretary president, but I helped them. I tried to help people, even outside my community. I tried to help them, and I'm continuing. I'm very happy. I should rather say I'm very happy. I'm not a money person. I never run after money, but I'm happy Australian, Bangladeshi, or Indian, whatever you say. I'm very happy.
Yeah, as a freedom fighter, you never stop fighting, and you are fighting the biggest war of the the humanity is facing, that climate war.
Yes.
It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Kamrul Sahab, sharing your experiences as a freedom fighter, learning about Bangladesh. It has been absolute pleasure. You are an inspiring and passionate person. We wish you all the best in your future, and thank you for coming in this cold morning and sharing your story with us.
It should be a good idea to convey my respect to the Indian leadership and also the people of India who have supported us during the liberation war. I salute them. I salute them to my core of my heart.
Yes.
They are not save our life. They have given a shelter of millions of people. I really salute. Dear brothers, आपको शुक्रिया जनाते हैं हम. आप जो क्या हमको लिए, the freedom fighter के लिए, people के लिए, ये बहुत अच्छा काम किया आपने. You should feel proud to be Indian.
Yes.
And we are with you. If you need any support from my community, Bangladesh community, we are with you. And you are already extended hand. And Mr. Manish, the coordinator, and the gentleman interviewing me, is very kind enough to take me to the old days, 50 years back.
Yes.
I'm very happy, and we are observing 50th anniversary. It is a good time that I'm sharing my ideas and my experience to you. Thank you very much, Radio Manpasand.
थैंक यू कमरुल साहब, थैंक्स। चलिए सुनते हैं कमरुल साहब की पसंद का एक और गीत। उन्हें ऑफकोर्स जो हमारे बंगाली गायक हैं, चाहे वो हेमंत कुमार हों या फिर भूपेन हजारिका के बारे में तो हमने बात ही की, तो सुनते हैं। और किशोर कुमार बंगाली वो भी थे, तो बंगाल की जो है बड़ा योगदान रहा है। और आज का कार्यक्रम का समय समाप्त होने वाला है, टाइम ख़त्म होने वाला है। मैं अब आपसे विदा लेता हूँ। एस.डी. बर्मन का गीत सुनते हैं चलिए, क्योंकि उनसे बढ़िया बंगाली कोई हो नहीं सकता।
ओरे माझी ओ मेरे माझी, मेरे साजन है उस पार, मैं मन मार हूँ इस पार। ओ मेरे माझी अब की बार ले चल पार, ले चल पार। मेरे साजन है उस पार, मैं मन मार हूँ इस पार। ओ मेरे माझी अब की बार ले चल पार, ले चल पार। मेरे साजन है उस पार। मन की किताब से तुम मेरा नाम ही मिटा देना, गुम तो न था कोई भी, अब गुल मेरे भुला देना। मन की किताब से तुम मेरा नाम ही मिटा देना, गुम तो न था कोई भी, अब गुल मेरे भुला देना। मुझे आज की विदा का, मुझे आज की विदा का मर के भी रहता इंतजार। मेरे साजन है उस पार, मैं मन मार हूँ इस पार। ओ मेरे माझी अब की बार ले चल पार, ले चल पार। मेरे साजन है उस पार। खेल जल जाएगी कहती है आग मेरे मन की, मत खेल मत खेल मत खेल जल जाएगी कहती है आग मेरे मन की। मैं बंदिनी पिया की, मैं संगिनी हूँ साजन की, मेरा खींचती है आंचल, मेरा खींचती है आंचल, मन मीत तेरी हर पुकार। मेरे साजन है उस पार, ओरे माझी, ओरे माझी।
दोस्तों कार्यक्रम का सब समय समाप्त होने वाला है। अब मैं आपसे विदा लेता हूं और इसी के साथ आशा है आपको कार्यक्रम पसंद आया होगा। सुरेंद्र शर्मा जी का फ़ोन आया था, उनको कार्यक्रम बहुत पसंद आया और आशा है आप सभी को पसंद आया होगा। और एक बार फिर कमरुल साहब को हमारा धन्यवाद।
ओरे माझी, ओरे माझी, ओ मेरे माझी, मेरे साजन है उस पार, मैं मन मार हूँ इस पार। ओ मेरे माँ अब की बार ले चल पार, ले चल पार। मेरे साजन है उस पार, मैं मन मार हूँ इस पार। ओ मेरे माझी अब की बार ले चल पार, ले चल पार। मेरे साजन है उस पार। मन की किताब से तुम मेरा नाम ही मिटा देना। गुम तो न था कोई भी, अब गुल मेरे भुला देना। मन की किताब से तुम मेरा नाम ही मिटा देना। गुम तो न था कोई भी, अब गुल मेरे भुला देना। मुझे आज की विदा
मैं हूँ इंदु अरोड़ा। मैं हमेशा रेडियो मनपसंद सुनती हूँ। आप भी लगे रहिए और सुनते रहिए 24 घंटे 7 दिन तड़का लगा के।
हेलो कैनबरा निवासियों और पूरे विश्व में रेडियो मनपसंद सुनने वालों, मैं सुखजीत सिंह, ओनर सोलर फॉर लाइफ और प्रेसिडेंट मिचेल ट्रेडर्स एसोसिएशन। आप सबसे गुजारिश करता हूँ रेडियो मनपसंद को सुनते रहें। 24/7 तड़का लगता है मनीष जी का, बहुत ही मजाक वाला तड़का लगता है, हंसी मजाक ठल्लों वाला तड़का लगता है। तड़का लगाते रहते हैं, सब सुनते रहें। नमस्कार।
गुरुओं का अपने मान रख दे, अपनी हथेली पे जान रख दे। चिड़ियों के संग बाज लड़ाने चले शेर की चाल, जब कीता पंजाबिया ने कीता है कमाल। ओए जो बोले सो निहाल, ओए जो बोले सो निहाल। गुरुओं का अपने मान रख दे, अपनी हथेली पे जान रख दे। चिड़ियों के संग बाज लड़ाए चले शेर की चाल, जब कीता पंजाबिया ने कीता है कमाल। जो बोले सो निहाल।